What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Primetime Sports Podcast, hosted by Joey Maylari. So today is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Hopefully everybody has a great day and gets to enjoy it. I'm going to do a quick episode before the start of the third day of the College World Series. Didn't get to record anything heading into the College World Series, unfortunately. So I will talk about who I have winning in each of the two sides. So give me a second to get the bracket. In bracket 1, we have Florida, Virginia, TCU, and Oral Roberts. I have Florida coming out of there. I think TCU makes a run, though. I think they'll definitely make it tough on Florida. And then in bracket 2, I have LSU winning. I think LSU will come out of bracket 2. For bracket 2, we have Wake Forest, LSU, Stanford, and Tennessee. I did like Tennessee a lot. I think they were the best 2 seed overall. But I think LSU wins this over Wake Forest, which is hard to say considering how good Wake Forest is. I don't think many people could have them losing. But I do think Wake Forest can be beaten by LSU, which that'll be actually a game, I believe, tomorrow. They'll be playing each other on Monday. I'm going to talk about really quick what happened early on. So on Friday, Florida beat Virginia 6-5, and then Oral Roberts beat TCU 6-5. TCU blew that game very late. TCU actually had a big lead. They were up 5-2 heading into the top of the ninth inning, where they gave up 4 runs to Oral Roberts, losing that game 6-5. They ended up not scoring, TCU that is, in the bottom of the ninth, losing that game 6-5, unfortunately. Luckily, though, today they get another opportunity to try to bounce back, which I'll talk about that game in just one second. Now let me talk about what happened in the Saturday games. So in the first one, we had Wake Forest take down Stanford in a very close game, 3-2 win for Wake Forest. It was very honestly impressive that Stanford was in that game. Obviously, they have shown that they were a 1 seed, and they did show that they had the talent to compete, but Wake Forest has just been on a tear scoring runs. So limiting Wake Forest's offense to just 3 runs is very impressive. And obviously it shows Stanford has a pitching to compete. And then LSU took down Tennessee 6-3. So today it'll be Florida facing off versus Oral Roberts. And then we have TCU versus Virginia. TCU versus Virginia is the first game. And then the second game is Florida versus Oral Roberts. I have TCU winning this game over Virginia. This is an elimination game. So whoever loses is out. It is a double elimination College World Series where there are 8 teams left, 4 teams and 4 teams, 4 in bracket 1, 4 in bracket 2. They'll face off, and then it'll be double elimination. So very similar to the first round, the regional round. And then after that, the best 2 teams left from bracket 1 and the bracket 2, the winner of both those brackets, will face off in a best of 3 series. So we'll see who comes out of there, obviously, and ends up being the winner, but I'll give you guys my predictions in just one second. So in today's games, I do have TCU winning over Virginia. I'll have Florida beating Oral Roberts. Then in Monday's games, we have Tennessee versus Stanford and LSU versus Wake Forest. I have Stanford beating Tennessee, so Stanford would be eliminating Tennessee there. And then I have LSU beating Wake Forest, which would be obviously a very big upset there considering how good Wake Forest is. But LSU is the 5th overall seed here and obviously very talented team. So we'll see what happens. But overall, in each side of the bracket, I have Florida coming out of bracket 1. Then in bracket 2, I have LSU. So in my final, I'll have Florida versus LSU. It's tough for me to pick against TCU considering how much I like them. They're a good team. They can compete. They just found a way to lose on that Friday game versus Oral Roberts, which obviously puts them in the losers bracket, which is tough. But luckily, they do have a way to come back today and try to recover and beat Virginia. A very good team in Virginia, but I think they could do it and find a way to come out of there. Virginia obviously found a way to beat Duke 2-1 in that series. They lost the first game to Duke in the super regional round, and then they ended up winning 2 straight games to eliminate Duke. So their backs have been against the wall at some point during this tournament. They've found ways to win. So we'll see if they can do this yet again, and that's Virginia. But I do like TCU to come out of that game there to eliminate Virginia. So then I have Florida taking out TCU, and then I'll have LSU taking out Wake Forest. There are my predictions for the College World Series, and I'll keep you guys updated along the way. Just wanted to record a quick episode before day 3 of the tournament, before teams start to get eliminated, since I didn't get to record, unfortunately, before the College World Series started. So, anyways, it will conclude this episode. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to this. As always, I appreciate it, and hope you guys have a good one. Thank you, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.